to You and Your Consciousness. Today we're going to talk about shielding. So in our last episode, you saw how to clear all that negative energy from yourself, or at least an idea of how to do that. Once you've done that, and now it's time to shield. So I recommend that after you go through that first part, you bring that light back to your solar plexus area. And this is where I like to start. So like I said, this is just for tips for you, and do with it what you want. So here we go. So when that light's all back in your solar plexus area, the next thing you want to do is start emanating that light outward to the front, all the way to the top, and to the back, and to the sides. And you want to emanate that light all the way out 6 feet from your person. So you have to kind of concentrate, engage what feels comfortable for you. You want to go all the way down below your feet. You want to go above your head, and you want to go 6 feet out from that solar plexus area. Now, if you are thinking about it and focusing on it, it will look like you are encased in a giant bubble of light. So I start from here, and then I start pushing it out and making it bigger. So if you imagine there to be a small little bubble around your solar plexus right now, you're going to expand that bubble all the way out. So it's going to go out this way, and out this way, until you're completely surrounded with that white light. And you can maintain this constantly. It's not something that comes and goes. And I always recommend shielding, especially when you are going to start to learn to have conversations with other beings. You want to make sure that although you're having a talk back and forth, you want to make sure that no one actually gets into your space. And this is why I personally don't like people that talk about channeling. Channeling other beings allows that being to come into and take over your energy field and start talking through your person. And that's never really a good thing. So shielding is important if you're going to go to an event. You're going to become more and more sensitive energetic wise, and just other people's energy sometimes will really kind of get to you. If you're at work and there's others around you and it's chaos and people are just having a bad day, this is another good thing to do. Just take a few minutes out of your day to go ahead and expand that bubble all the way out so that you are energetically protected and you're not taking in more negative energy. That's why it's really important that we clear that out. Now, as part of shielding, if you feel that you are under like a psychic attack or a spiritual attack, it's important to understand that you have to take the first step. So kind of like episode 1.5, I guess you would say, between the shielding and there is, how do I get rid of the attack? Okay, so sometimes when I'm being attacked, I feel it like a stabbing in my head, or I feel it like pain in my solar plexus area. They always go after that area. Depending on how, I would say, formidable your enemy is, the ones that are more advanced will go after your solar plexus because they know that's your energy center and it's just going to drain you. So powering up was part of episode 1. So we learned how to bring that energy into your person, and you can now disperse that energy all throughout your body as well. We've talked about that. Now, you don't have to pull that energy necessarily back to your solar plexus in order to power yourself up. So you want to push it out in all directions, and this will power you up and it will make you energized. You can get through your day. If you're having a tough day, this will help you. Now, when you're talking about a specific attack, like I said, sometimes it's that stabbing in the head, or you feel pressure on your head, or you feel pain in your solar plexus, or pain in your heart when you know it's not you, or you're sad all of a sudden and then you know it's not your sad. So how do we get rid of that and then shield? So you take that light that's in your solar plexus area and you bring it up to the area of concern. So say it's a pain in the right side of your head. You want to bring that light up, you put it right in front, like a shield, so between you and the pain, so to speak, or the attack. And then you use that light almost like you would like a light fire hose, and you just push that out. And then while you're doing that, you want to go ahead and shield up so that it can't come back at you. Now, if you want to find out who's doing this type of thing to you, then you would push it out of your energy field, but then pull the cord. I call it pulling the cord because energy has a signature. So attach yourself outside your shield to that energy signature and pull it. And you'll immediately start to see the being, the other, the demon, so to speak, or the wherever it's a person that's doing this to you. And then you can choose how not to let that happen. So once you've been attacked, you're defending yourself now at this point. So I'm not saying we should take out every person that attacks you. And some people do this unknowingly, actually. So it's important to respect someone else's space too. So when you do pull that cord and you do find out where it is coming from, you can give them a little energy push back of positive source light. Most of the time that does the trick and it makes them go away. Now that's what I call a warning. So if they don't go away at that point, the next step would be you might want to push a little harder next time. There are other techniques if it's let's say it's a bad spirit or a bad entity that you can do as well in this particular case. So if they don't listen to you, you want to actually put them in a different shield. So what you're going to do is you're going to push that energy out past your shield. Of course, you don't want anything coming back at you. You want to push that energy out, and then you're going to surround the other party, so say the negative party that's attacking you, with that light. You're going to put them in a light cage, essentially. So you're going to use that fire hose of light, and then you're going to start surrounding them, top, bottom, all sides, like you're putting them into a light bubble. And then you're going to slowly start to collapse that light bubble unto themselves until that light bubble goes back to one particle. And what that is called is demolecularization. That's how you get rid of that entity in totality. Hopefully, as we get further along in the restoration process, we won't need to use these types of things. But be very, very careful once you violate natural laws. So in other words, you're not defending yourself or the life of an innocent, you are attacking something or someone, then source will leave you and you'll no longer be able to use the light for these types of purposes. It's really, really important that we follow the rules, and those are source's rules, not my rules. These are the rules of the universe, and this is the laws of energy. So that's basically sending the entity back to source. So shielding, shield up, especially before you start to communicate with others and other beings and other people even this way. Make sure they're not getting into your energy space. You're just reading frequencies back and forth, and we'll go over this in our next episode. So now that we've learned to cleanse our bodies, draw in that source light, and shield, and how to get rid of an enemy when you're under attack, next time, join us as we start to learn to communicate with nature, other beings, and, of course, Source himself. So join us next time. Thank you so much for watching.